All right, everyone, welcome back to Mac Street Garage on this 4th day of May 2025. You see in front of us the 1962 Mercury Comet S22 that I've had for over 3 years, and a 1947 CJ2, a Jeep that I've had just over a year. It doesn't seem like it, but it goes by quick. The sad part is I have 90% of the parts I need to finish this car and about 50% of the parts I need to finish the Jeep. But life happens, sidetracks you just a little bit, so things have to wait. But now I've decided I want to get these both done. I was going to give myself a timeline, but every time I do that, things go sideways. So I'm just going to get them done as quickly as I possibly can. What I'm going to work on today is the roof of the car. I'm going to, on the inside, take my orbital sander and some 100 grit sandpaper, deburr, de-rust all of the little spots that are on the interior, get it down as smooth as I possibly can, spray some rust restorer paint on it, let it sit for 24 hours, and then start on the bows and the other things that go to hold the headliner in. Now, I will have to hold back on the headliner just a little bit because I have to order the window rubber that goes around the windshield and the window rubber that goes around the back window. But I'm going to go ahead and continue on with the things that I can get done. Like my 5th grade teacher said, Michael, when you're taking a test, finish the answer or questions that you know right away and then come back and do the harder ones later on. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I have the yellow one, the blue one, and the white one, the bow that goes inside, but not the black one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow as close as I can to the shape of the ones that I already have and get that taken care of, and it'll be one less thing I have to worry about. So let's go inside the house now, get the material that I'm going to use to make the bow, bend it as best I can, and see if it fits. So stand by. All right, here we go. The one on the top is the bow that goes in the car. The one on the bottom is the material to make a bow. You can see it's longer than the piece. So what I have to do is I have to bend this in the arch that I can as close to this, and then at the end make that little notch over to because this is what goes into the above the passenger doors and driver door, and then it goes like this and it holds up the headliner. The headliner is on the wall. I have it hanging up so all the wrinkles will be out of it. I may have to wash it because it's collected some dust over the past couple years. So let me go ahead and get started on this. Stand by, let's see what I can get done. All right, there we go. I'm getting the bend pretty close to what I need it to be. I need to bend it just a little more right in this area to make it curve better, but it's pretty close to what I need it to be. And then once that's finished, I'll take my pliers and make this little notch over from the piece here. This is what's going to be harder, mainly because I don't have a vise. So hopefully I can get it bent to the right angle and get it put where it needs to go. So I don't know what I did with my tripod, but hold on. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Bending by hand. I would say I've got that. I have that pretty close. It's a little off. Just a couple little twisting and bending. I would say that's going to work. So now what I have to do with that one up there, make sure that's the right spot. You can see now I have just about another foot of this. So what I'm going to have to do is bend this down to where it would be the same length of this if this were not bent, and then cut that off, and I'll be finished with that. So let me see if I can do this. Stand by. All right, there we go on that end. That's just almost dead on. Come down on this side. Of course, I don't have a vise to work with, but here comes this end. And this end is almost perfect. I need to bend it just a little bit more, and that should work out just fine. But I'm 99% there, so the next video will be out on the car, seeing how well it attaches in the area that it needs to go to. So stand by for that. All right, here we are back on the car. You can see the one there works just fine. You can see a little wire hanging down right there, and another one, sorry, it's hard for me to see with the light, another one right there. Those two wires are what hook on this bow to keep it pulled back to the back. And there are two more that go here on the front one that attach to the front that pulls it tight forward so the entire headliner stays tight. Now it's really hard to see because the sun is in the west and it's starting to set. So you can see there's bow 1, bow 2, bow 3, and bow 4. You can also see the rust that has reaccumulated. I'm going to go ahead and get the, like I said, the 100 grit sandpaper on the orbital sander, sand all that down, make it as nice as I possibly can. And then also I do have the courtesy light that goes in here. I think I'll go ahead and install that. So when I go to put the headliner in, it'll all be ready to go. So that's all for right now. Thank you for watching this episode of Mac Street Garage. I'll try to get my tripod, or find a better tripod, so whenever I take the videos, you can see what I'm doing better. But until then, be good to yourself, be nice to each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.